Hello, Danny. This is a movie review. Come play with us.
No,
forever
don't.
and ever.
No, no.
Oh, this is my brother Justino, not the twin.
What's up? I am not Danny,
No.
nor do I ever want to be Danny. Cat!
There's a cat behind you right now.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah.
And it's not black, sorry.
And if you're very acquainted with Stephen King stuff, and cats are pretty symbolic in it.
Yes, so I'm pretty sure there's probably something around us. It's that time of year, guys. It's Halloween coming up.
And
Is this coming out by Halloween?
Hmm?
Is this video gonna come out by Halloween?
I don't know. Maybe I'll try. Maybe on Halloween. Hopefully.
Oh, that's a different movie. I'm sorry.
That's not even Halloween.
Oh, wait.
That's Friday the 13th. Anyways, what movie did we see?
That's Halloween.
That's Halloween.
Yes. Okay.
What movie did we see?
I can't make any jokes about this one, but it's Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep.
Yes.
Early access screening.
Yes.
Dr. Sleep is a sequel.
Well, based on a book from Stephen King.
Yeah, the sequel to
The Shining, which was also a book
Yeah.
by Stephen King.
also a movie
A movie done by Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick back in what, 1970?
I don't remember. I don't think I was
Somewhere
born.
that far.
No, it's before.
But
I remember watching it, yes.
It
but
is still a.
It is a cult classic.
The Shining is a classic.
Yes.
And to actually have like a sequel to something
From 30 years ago, 40 years ago, close to,
Yeah.
That is amazing.
to have something like this, it's less of a sequel and more of an opening of the world of what we got in The Shining.
That is true. Okay, so it is the Stephen King universe.
Yes.
Yes. He has his own universe.
Yes.
His mind is that mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
Dr.
so,
Sleep.
Yes. Prior to going in, I hope you have seen The Shining.
Yes.
Please tell me. you have seen-
That's a prerequisite.
You haven't seen The Shining? How have you not seen The Shining?
It's a cinematic classic that
It
needs
plays
to be
every
seen.
Halloween.
It is one of
And
the
Christmas.
timeless horrors.
Yes. It is one of those film study requisites.
Anything Stanley Kubrick does is film study.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so classic. It is a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be a cult classic or not, it's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have watched this movie going into Dr. Sleep.
Because there's stuff in The Shining that are important details to
Yes.
the whole story of Dr. Sleep.
One being the protagonist,
Mm-hmm.
Danny Torrance.
Yeah.
Who plays, okay, he is in Dr. Sleep, still Danny Torrance, the character who's in The Shining that was the little boy.
Yeah. Now played by Ewan McGregor.
Great job, by the way.
Hello there.
Yes.
General Kenobi. Okay.
Horrible reference, but yeah, yeah. Done really well. He brought a bit of, not a whole lot of, I mean, other than the scruff from General Kenobi, but I mean, it's one of those where he visits train spotting a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, there's depth in his performance in this, which is actually one of the better performances I've seen him do.
Yeah, yeah, I can honestly say that too.
Yeah.
It's one of the, it's one where you get lost in the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You care less that it's Ewan McGregor and care more about the character that he's playing.
Yes, yes. And the type of conflict and the emotion he portrays in this is well done, and it's convincing.
Surprisingly, a lot of the story in Dr. Sleep doesn't really.
It doesn't revolve around the events of The Shining.
No, it doesn't.
No, but what we come to know is Danny, hence the title of the movie, The Shining, has this ability.
Yeah.
And it plays in Dr. Sleep throughout.
Yeah. So, The Shining is actually a gift that people have that.
You would consider it like a psychic ability? Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one of the major plot points of Dr. Sleep. And it's also something that is tied to the antagonist of the story.
Played by,
Well, the main antagonist played by Rebecca Ferguson.
yeah, who is, it's not a creepy kind of antagonist. No, it's one of those where, my goodness, I could be a friend of this person. Like, I really could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, looking back on her performance,
Very, very, I would say, addictively seductive.
yeah,
Like, that's the kind of person that will draw a lot of friends.
she's a likable character.
Yes.
That's one thing that probably makes her a good antagonist, is
And it
that
adds
you kind
to
of
the
like
conflict,
her.
yeah.
You kind of like a little bit of.
I mean, you
kind
don't
of
like her.
Yeah, you understand
Yes.
her. You understand her group of people, and you understand where she's coming from. But there's also the part where they gotta be bad somehow, and
Right,
you get that.
So we're kind of, you do get, she is a bad woman. But at the same time, where it falls flat is motivations. Like, I don't really get it from that character, what motivates and drives them to do what they do. But at the same time, it's like, maybe it's because they just do just to do.
It's not like your throwaway horror movie that,
No.
like a fast food horror.
It
It's not-
leaves
it's not
you
that.
uncomfortable.
Yes, there's stuff about Stephen King's works that it just grabs you, it pulls you
At
in.
the end of it, you're like, how does Stephen King think up some of this stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
How does he keep doing it?
how, like, is he that demented to keep coming up with these kind of ideas? Yes, Stephen King has a dark side to his psyche, and I'm glad he puts it out there in this type of media and not actually do the stuff we see.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
crazy.
I'm glad it's all on paper.
Yes, yes. Like, how
And
does he
only
come up
in
with this
paper.
stuff? How does he come up with it?
Now, to get a little critical about Dr. Sleep, I felt like it was very slow, especially in the first half.
Okay, so who's the director?
Damn it, I just forgot his name. Directed by Mike Flanagan.
Right, Flanagan. Okay, so director Flanagan. It seems like it's a try hard to do a style Kubrick.
Even similar to Kubrick.
Yeah.
I mean, he accomplished some cinematic feats. Some parts of this actually look really, really nice.
Yes, yes.
But there's
it felt like a try hard to make it feel like The Shining.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I get you kind of have to try to meet those expectations of what The Shining was. But I still feel like Mike Flanagan did a pretty good job.
In
terms of direction and
Yeah.
how it was shot.
Oh, there were certain shots in this movie that was like eye candy. You're there wondering, how does he do this? Like, how is that shot even done? Right?
Without thinking of
Yeah.
it's VFX or something. But
Yeah.
some of those actually look really stunning. Some of the pacing was kind of erratic, especially when it started. But once you kind of understood the story and what they're trying to tell you, it kind of flowed, especially in the latter half.
Yes. Don't mind the pacing. Yeah, you're right. It does feel a bit slow to start off. But at the same time, you gotta know, for this type of movie, it's the way to build the tension.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they kind of have to build up to. But I also did feel like some parts could have been trimmed a little bit. But whatever they did in the latter half was completely satisfying.
Oh yeah, that final act of the movie. Oh. Yeah, we'll keep this non-spoilery.
Just know that some stuff comes back.
It's worth the watch.
Yes.
It is worth the watch.
Yes.
For all you diehard Stephen King fans, yes, catch this movie. For all you fans of The Shining, oh yes, definitely catch this movie. It is a 40-year after sequel done right. It's one of those where generation that has not been born into The Shining will have to watch it.
Yeah.
And it's a way of, hey, guess what? You're gonna have to perpetuate it. And it's deserved. That movie, The Shining, it is a classic. This movie's right along with there.
Yep. All right, let's get down to the review. Did you need your brain on?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Keep your brain on. There's no way you could keep your brain off.
This is the
even
kind of
if you were
movie
to
that
try.
you need your brain.
You're there, you're watching, it's like, your brain just goes. It goes. The gears get turned in, and you're wondering what happens next. What's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? Like, it's one of those where events will kind of add up in the plot, and you're like, you're hooked.
Yeah.
You're hooked.
I agree. Keep your brain on, and for a movie like this, with your brain on, it's like a sponge. There's a lot being thrown at you, and you just take it all in. That's, I think, is the best way to enjoy this.
Yes.
Food. Definitely not fast food, right?
No, it is not fast food.
It's not fast food.
It is not fast food at all. I really can't think of something that would be ideal to this. It's a definite. It's a high-end dine-in.
It's a high dine.
It's a high dine-in. Now, what would it be? That's the question.
You don't have one yet?
It's a hot pot shabu shabu.
Ooh, it's a hot pot.
Yes, but it's one of those, like, a lot. I mean, it's not one of the cheaper ones.
I mean, there's like all you can eat hot pot.
Yes, it's a high-end one.
Yeah.
Yes, steaming through the.
Get all those aromatics.
With a chef in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those.
For me, it's an all-you-can-eat hotel buffet. Get to.
With a bar right next to it?
Yeah, I get to feast in a hotel. I think that's fitting.
That's definitely fitting.
So, Dr. Sleep. It's a keep your brain on kind of movie. It's definitely not fast food. It is on the higher dine-in. For him, it's hot pot shabu shabu. For me, it's the hotel all you can eat buffet.
With the New England clam chowder? No.
I mean, they might have it in the soup section, New England clam chowder. I just made that yesterday, and I'm like surprised at how well I made it yesterday. I'm surprised at how well I made today's oxtail soup. Delicious. Yeah.
Delicious.
There was a.
You're gonna have to do a zoom in close up on my face when delicious.
There's a freaking obnoxious Coke ad before going into this, with a voiceover just whispering, delicious, 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 delicious.
People are probably wondering why the hell we were so cracked up at that part, and it's just a commercial.
It's sad I have to add this in this review. It has nothing to do with Dr. Sleep aside from...
when they hear the part in it, then they might get it or might not, but delicious.
I mean, if you see Dr. Sleep in like next week, think delicious.
It's such an inside joke right now.
That ad's gonna play, guaranteed.
Yes.
So aside from that, that has been our review of Dr. Sleep.
Go watch it.
Yes.
Yes.
I was actually very pleased with
Too bad
this.
it comes out after Halloween.
Yeah.
But then again, it is a scary, but it's not tied into
Yeah.
the Halloween season.
Yeah.
It is definitely one of those fall transition into winter movies.
I think it's one of those early tent poles for this season, and who knows? It might have been trying to, garner some award attention.
Oh, yeah, worthy. It's worthy.
I think there's some parts of
It'll
it
get
that's worthy.
nods. It'll get nods.
All right, that has been it. If you like this review, please feel free to like it. If you didn't, you can do whatever the hell you want. Go to the Overlook Hotel if you want to.
You may check in, but you might not check out.
If you actually loved it, but you haven't reserved your spot in the Smalls Club, then subscribe over on YouTube or like the page on Facebook.
And once you do, there's no turning back. Well, actually there is, but don't.
And in order to avoid that, there is a bell on YouTube that'll alert you of all notifications, and I think Facebook will just sort of notify you automatically.
Ding, ding.
All right, thanks again for watching, and until next time, we will see you later.
Bye, Danny. Whoever you are, Danny, bye.